What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, streaming right now on Disney Plus. But before we get into that, I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that beautiful stuff. I hope that today is the day I earn that subscription. If so, hey, you hit that subscribe bar down below. You let us know what you think of the video. You like it, you comment it, you share it, all that stuff. But let's get into it. Guardians of the Galaxy, the Christmas special, written and directed by James Gunn, bringing back our old cast of the Guardians of the Galaxy. We even have new members like Cosmo the dog. We see Groot now being thick Groot. He's kind of um, college stage Groot, I guess. you know, if he was living on Earth, he'd be ready for college, I guess, because he's really a beefy boy. We got Star Lord, Rocket. Yeah, I was gonna say Yondu. We do get a little bit of Yondu, but Kraglin, Drax, Mantis, Nebula, all of them, and basically it starts off with Kraglin telling Nebula, Drax, and Mantis about when Peter introduced Christmas to the Ravagers crew. Him and Kraglin had made a Christmas tree with little spare parts as ornaments. Yandu comes in all mad and upset about that silly tradition, and he knocks over the tree and everything. And Kraglin was like, "That was the worst Christmas ever." And Drax, of course, laughs because he likes when Yandu kicked the tree over. Drax and Mantis were primarily the main focus, and Peter in a way. But Drax and Mantis were uh, decided to get Peter the best Christmas gift ever because in the whole thing of since Endgame and Gamora dying and the Thanos thing, they winded up buying the place Nowhere, the floating head, celestial head in space, and they're running it, and it's a thriving community at the moment. They bought it from the collector, so between it kind of reminds me of you can make a Parks and Rec show out of that, of them just doing mundane office things like paperwork and stuff like that. That because of his connection to Parks and Rec. That's why I thought about it, Chris Pratt there. But he's feeling down from all of this thing, and Mantis had prior to this special reveal the secret to Drax, but we learn that Mantis is really Star Lord's half sister, I guess, through ego, and she is afraid of telling him because then of all the reminders it might give him of his mother dying, ego killing her, and all this other stuff. So she decided not to tell him, but she does want to give him the best Christmas gift ever. And then that's when Drax decides that Kevin Bacon, the leader of the world, of Earth, I guess, as they took it, uh, that would be the perfect gift. So they travel to Earth. When they first get there, because they land over in Hollywood, people are freaking out because of the spaceship. And you have to think of the celestial that got frozen out in the Indian Ocean, the Thanos thing, So at this point, people must be having major PTSD over any spaceship in the sky. They wind up cloaking and landing near the Hollywood sign. They go to where the Chinese theater is, where everyone does the handprints and the walk of stars and stuff. But the walk of stars goes miles and miles. I've been to Hollywood many, many years ago, and it is a fun place. I've been to the Hollywood sign, to the theater, seen a bunch of stars, all the fun stuff. World, right, or Disneyland is out there. But I digress. They see a bunch of people cosplaying, and they're not realizing that it's people just cosplaying. And she thinks she sees Steve Rogers, so she runs over to him and gives him a hug. And the guy just winds up running away because just some Joe Schmo, and she's not getting. I guess on other planets, people don't really cosplay as their favorite heroes or whatever. But I don't know. It was a funny scene. It was a funny scene. So everyone started thinking that they're cosplayers, and they wound up getting this whole ton of like stack of money that Mantis is just carrying like this. Hundreds and fifties and twenties all over. But no one's gonna rob him. Drax during this time of getting photographed and stuff, thinking that they were cosplayers, beat up some guy dressed as a GoBot because he swore that GoBot killed like a cousin or his brother or something. So he beat the hell out of this GoBot cosplayer. Oh my god. So finally, they go into this bar. They have a good time. They have drinks. They're dancing, partying. Um, think of the bar scene in the Suicide Squad. Um, just really having a good time. Mantis is really going to town. And then finally, afterwards, they were like, "Man, no one knows where Kevin Bacon is at. They don't even know what he looks like." Until they come across a star map woman, uh, a woman who sells maps to where the stars live. Mantis steals one by using her powers and steals money from her. And they wind up finding out where Kevin Bacon lives. They go and take him. Mantis uses her powers against him to be a hero. Once they realize he's an actor, they're like, "Oh my god, he's an actor! How disgusting!" And oh man, they're the worst. This is who Peter was. Peter's memories must be mixed up and stuff like that. And Kevin Bacon is like, "God, what did I do?" And they're like, don't suck so much," as she's trying to make him use her powers on him and be a hero. And he's like, "I'm Batman. I'm Bruce Wayne." And Drax is like, who are those people? Who are those people? Finally, they get to nowhere. They present this great. They did decorations, lights, fake snow for Peter, and he's like, "Oh man." They finally bring out the gift, and he's like, "What? What? You get me a gift?" So he realizes there's somebody in it, and he opens it up, and he realizes it's Kevin Bacon, and he's like, "Guys, you can't get me a person for as a gift. We don't do that. We can't do that." And finally, Peter has Mantis take her powers off of him. Everything settles down, and as Kraglin was getting ready to bring him back to Earth, he explains why they did what they did and how Peter admired him for so long, and that Kevin Bacon was Star Lord's hero and used his own tactics in Footloose to save the real universe. And Kevin Bacon decides to stay. Kevin Bacon decides to stay. They perform a nice little song. He promises to come back for Easter, so I don't know if we're going to get an Easter special. And at the very end, we see Rocket, Groot, and Cosmo, and Rocket and Cosmo are decorating Groot, and he moves and all the decorations fall off. And Rocket's like, "Great, Groot ruined Christmas. Now we need to do another special." So it seems like we might have this as a regular running gag throughout the years. We'll see. This one is really great. These special presentations by Marvel are really hitting nice. Sometimes better than the shows or the movies. This was really well done, and we get a Mark Hamill cameo at the end. You can't get any better than that, unless he was holding a lightsaber. You know what I mean? Uh, None of the jokes were really that lame. Most of the jokes hit. Most of the emotional impact, what they wanted you to feel, hit. It was nice to. Star Lord was like, Mantis, you being my sister is the best gift I can ever get. So that was like an emotional gut punch. Like, you're crying, I'm not crying. um, well acted. You know, you can't really mess up. You can't really mess up a Christmas special too much. Well, let's not think about the Star Wars one. But however, great Christmas special. It advances stories without making it seem like it's a must see to keep up, but it's definitely worth the watch. I'll give this 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10, I'll give this. Um, you can't really get too much into everything, but, with the time allowed and what the theme of the whole show was. But yeah, definitely worth it. So, check it out. Merry Merry Christmas to the Guardians. And happy holiday. Happy upcoming holidays for everyone. But until next time, peace, Nookums.